I was a premature baby, so I came in a little before time. Then the day I came in, it rained cats and dogs. Like it rained for about 48 hours straight. And right after I was born, something very weird or a story that everyone talks about is that I was born with two teeth. Okay, now generally kids are not born with teeth, they develop it. And there are all sorts of myths associated with it. But since this is a very rural and a very small place, somewhere my mother heard people speaking that a witch is born.
Your beginning was surrounded by folklore. That's a sign. Maybe that was the sign.
You Only Live Once के लिए जो मुझे ज्ञान मिला, या आप कह लो कि मुझे जो कवर मैंने बनाया है, उस कवर के लिए मुझे जो डिजाइनर मिला, इलस्ट्रेटर मिला, he was a barista at Starbucks.
Yes.
Can you believe it? So first he made it for On the Open Road, and also for You Only Live Once. This illustration that you see is actually a painting that he made first, and then it was enhanced and made digitally. If you are perseverant enough to persevere for a very long time, वो एक टाइम आ जाता है जब आपका टाइम राइट होता है, टाइमिंग राइट होता है.
Beautiful.
And that happened after वो कि suddenly the books picking up, suddenly 50 से 60 orders a day होने लगे हैं, suddenly हम 100 पे चले गए, पता नहीं चला हमें प्राइम मिल गया. पहले हम घर से बेचते थे, तो मेरा घर ही वेयर हाउस था जहाँ प्रिंटो के बुक्स आती थी, मैं वहीं साइन करती थी, वहीं से डिस्पैच करती थी, एक एक पैकेट खुद पैक करके रीडर्स तक पहुंचाया है. सो अगर किसी के भी पास वो क्वेश्चन मार्क वाली योलो है और उसने 2020 या 2021 में खरीदी थी, द चांसेस आर कि आई पैक दोस बुक्स फॉर देम. आई हैव पुट आउट एवरीथिंग दैट आई हैव टू अचीव दिस, एंड देयर इज नो डिनाइंग द अमाउंट ऑफ हार्ड work, pressure, the kind of depressive nights and all that I have gone through. But also I think that's a higher plan. तो ये जो शब्द हैं जो निकल रहे हैं, जो बह रहे हैं, जो किताबों में है, लोगों तक पहुंच रहे हैं, इतने लोगों की लाइफ इम्पैक्ट कर रहे हैं कि लोग कॉल करके बोलते हैं कि this book is like a personal therapist to me. And I think that's the kind of validation I never ever thought I will ever get. And you become this amazing source of light, and आप जाओ and you touch people's lives and you change them. Be this positive energy, be this positive force, and this can only happen when you get on the journey of self-love.
Absolutely.
Self-love is so important. It's not being selfish.
Hi, Stuti. Thank you so much for doing this. It's really an honor to speak with you and to do this podcast with you. We have had a chat before. I know a lot about you. I know a lot about your journey as an author. I know your ups and downs and everything. And I have read You Only Live Once, and it was a remarkable book. After reading that book, I felt as if somebody gave me in winter, somebody gave me that warm cocoa, chocolate milk, that I can just sit and I can just use somebody's holding me in a very warm way. It's very, very nice, warm, cozy feeling, something that sometimes that you crave for, So your book that did that to me. It was very pleasant. I mean, it made me, after drinking my cocoa, it made me go out to Goa or to any other place. That is, it also made me
Tell
realize.
us, did you have cocoa in Goa or something else?
I mean, no, definitely I won't have cocoa in Goa if I go there. I'll have what Goa offers, and that is the clean air.
Got it.
Okay, perfect. So, Suti, I'll tell you a little bit about why we're doing again. I believe that Indian authors have this innate advantage that we have the command over the English language.
English
So
language, yeah.
whatever we write, it really has the potential to go global.
Hmm.
So that is why we really wanted to explore multiple ways wherein we can highlight the authors, their journeys and their lives, so that it can go and people can more relate, and then subsequently increase the sales of the book. That is what our intent is. Anyways, so Suti, let's start. Let's start from the beginning. We want to know you, the person that you are. Start from your childhood. Start telling us about you, your life, your struggles. You can go as deep as you want. We are waiting to discover you. Up to you. Over to you. Please start.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for the lovely introduction, Raghav. And blessing. I think the kind of thing that you're doing is amazing. And more people need to know about the storyteller. And that kind of will also help them go back and connect to why someone is writing what they are writing, because that's where
Absolutely.
the real motivation is. And also when people start and understand that this is the motivation of the author, And let's say they are somewhere in that phase, somewhere in their journey, they are in that phase, just knowing that someone else has been there.
Absolutely.
And this person, because you seemingly see them as successful, you feel, okay, if he's been there and could do it and did it and came out so well, why can't I? So it also gives
Absolutely.
that sense of connection to readers and people in general. So I think that's, something that you're doing amazing, and keep going at it. Now coming back to the question about my life, that, where it started and all of that. So if I have to like शुरू से शुरू करते हैं, बिल्कुल beginning में जाना है. So I was born in a missionary hospital in a very very small village called Tilda, जिसका नाम किसी ने नहीं सुना होगा. It's in Raipur district in Chhattisgarh. And at that time my Nana ji was posted there, and my mom went for her delivery, जो कि इंडिया में generally होता है कि ladies go to their mother's place just to ease up the process and all of that. And what my mom remembers, and of course I don't remember anything from that day. So from what my mom remembers and what she told me was that, I was a premature baby, so I came in a little before time. Then the day I came in, it rained cats and dogs. Like it rained for about 48 hours straight, and the roads are jam packed, and the staff is not available. So it was kind of a difficult day. But my mom said, okay, I knew that my baby is coming in. So I was just hanging in there. Okay, she'll be here anytime. And right after I was born, something very weird, or a story that everyone talks about, is that I was born with 2 teeth. Okay, now generally kids are not born with teeth. They develop it. And there are all sorts of myths associated with it. But since this is a very rural and a very small place, somewhere my mother heard people speaking that a witch is born. Generally, it's the witch or the demon who would be
bad omen.
So yeah, surprise, surprise, I'm a demon in disguise. So, that's a very interesting story that I could think of. And I think in India, there are so many myths, and there's so much, so many stories that just circulate for no reason at all. And there's like no logic, no research behind it. And so many people are victim to it. So it's good that my mom is an educated woman, and she didn't heed much attention to what everyone else is saying. And so it really didn't create a big impact in my life. But now that I think of it, it makes me think, wow, I had quite a beginning with some rumors and stories.
Folklore. Your beginning was surrounded by folklore. That's a sign. Maybe that was the sign that you're going to be, yes, in this, the folklore ecosystem. Absolutely. Brilliant.
Yeah, so interesting. I like how you see it. Like, you've given a very positive perspective to the situation, and I really love it. And I think that is how one should see life. That is how I have, or who I have grown up to become. So my dad basically worked in SBI, and my mom is a teacher. So we had a pretty decent middle class kind of an upbringing, where my dad would keep shifting places because he would get transferred every 2 to 3 years. I think my early life gave me a good start, in the sense that I got to explore a lot. I got to meet a lot of new people. In fact, when I was in Gujarat, I spoke Gujarati so fluently that my relatives won't recognize कि अच्छा इसने सीख लिया, इसको गुजराती भी आ गया. So you are in that age group where you're like a clay, you're moldable. So whatever, however you want to mold yourself, you can just mold yourself and go forward in that journey. So I think my dad's job and my mom's occupation brought that for me. We had a very decent upbringing. One thing that has really impacted my childhood is the fact that my parents took us out a lot to travel. You see that inspiration in my stories also, because somewhere, even after I grew up and I asked myself that what is the kind of story that I want to tell, or who do I want to be known as, the answer was very clear for me. And the answer was that I want to tell stories that are inspired by nature. So much so that they are nature itself, because who are human beings? We are not separate from nature. Although the city life and our surroundings have continuously fed us this delusion that, we are separate from nature, but we are not. And if you read my books, you see a huge influence of travel. You will see a huge influence of different characters from different walks of life. So if you read YOLO, because we're going to talk about this book today, um, there's this guy who just visits the cafe. He's a Goan, he's a local. He's just there for beer and a couple of exchanges, but he is important as in character because he's adding something to the story. And so I've met so many such people on the way in my journey that they have become a part of my books, they have become a part of my stories. So I am a pretty much self-taught writer. Like, I didn't go to Harvard, take a degree in writing or any formal course. In fact, on the contrary, I have a degree in engineering and then I went ahead for MBA. I have also tried doing jobs in sales, in HR sales, in, let's say, I have taken up a lot of assignments in the field of content writing just to make money. But my true calling somewhere was always writing, and I didn't know it. Honestly, people ask me, when did you know it? Like, when did you start thinking about it? So I think very early in my life, I remember writing down, like how people talk about journaling or maintaining a diary. I remember writing. So once it was a math exam and I was in no mood to study maths and it was raining. And that kind of, ignited that whole fire in the writer side of me. And I started writing a poem about rain. I shared it with my parents and they said it was a great poem. In fact, they also got it published through someone they knew in a local newspaper. And that kind of gave me the very first validation in my life that yes, I can write and people might want to read me also.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think it's these small incidents that happen that kind of also give you some sort of hope and you start thinking in that direction. But honestly, never in my school I had ever thought that I'll end up becoming a writer because nobody around me was becoming a writer at that time. I knew no one in this industry. Nobody knew how this works out. I didn't know a person in person who would have ever written a book. So for me, it was very simple, or it came as a part of the plan that I went ahead and enrolled for engineering. And I actually had, prepared for IIT, but I couldn't get through. And then I made it to a state level college. And there I spent 4 years, I don't know, learning nothing maybe. I mean, I had become so lazy and such a procrastinator, and I would just watch TV series and there was no motivation to move ahead in life. From there to finally taking charge and saying, something I have to do with my life. And then I cleared an interview. I was happy, okay, because I was amongst the few people who had cracked that interview on day 0. But then again, it was not giving me, the kind of motivation that I wanted to go ahead in life. And then I thought, okay, let's appear for CAT and let's go for MBA. At least it will buy me some time to, just delay this decision. Because I know I want to become a writer. I just don't know how. So I'm just doing everything along the journey. एक बोलते हैं ना, टाइम काट रहे हैं, बस टाइम पास कर रहे हैं. किसी ने बोला MS के लिए प्रिपेयर कर लो. मैं सोचा यार बाहर तो जाने का मन नहीं है, लोन भी बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा, फिर तो मैं पूरा फंस जाऊंगी. लाइक फिर तो मैं कभी राइटर नहीं बन पाऊंगी. तो एक काम करते हैं ना, इंडिया में कुछ ट्राई कर लेते हैं. This is my motivation to do MBA. But I'll tell you, Raghav, of all the studies that I did, the best thing was MBA. Because I'll connect it to my journey later on when we come to that point. Because later on, when I actually self-published my book, the only degree that helped me do everything, run my business, sell my books, was this MBA degree. So I think everything that happens is a, part of the process. It's a part of the journey, and you can, like, how Steve Jobs puts it very amazingly, that you can always connect the dots looking backwards. That's quite a thing. It is true. You can always actually just connect it backwards. So yeah, I mean, my beginning was pretty simple. Came from a pretty decent family, a pretty middle class family that believed कि job करो, job सब कुछ होता है और steady source of income होना चाहिए. Had the clear plan for me कि स्तुति ऐसे job करेगी, then she will get married, then she will have kids, and just like how it is in every Indian household. And grew up all my life doing negative self-talk to myself, और I would say मैं नहीं बन सकती, मेरे लिए है ही नहीं, हर किसी के लिए नहीं होता, and all that negativity, and kept on doing something or the other. But finally, when my pockets were full, like I was making money, but still there was some emptiness that I was continuously feeling, is where I felt, no, I need to make a move. And this finally happened in 2016. After MBA also, I did a job for some time, and then I decided, no, If this is something that I don't want to do, I will not do it. I will write my first book. And many people think that You Only Live Once is my first book.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. It's my second book. It's just
Yes.
that when it got acquired by Penguin, it released first and the older title released later on. But my
Yes.
first book, with which I have struggled the hardest, lived the longest, is On the Open Road. And that's why I think that book will always have a very special place in my heart.
Yes, absolutely. But your journey has been really, really remarkable. I remember, and I want you to go deep dive into it. So, what I want, okay, first I want you to tell more about your visit to Goa, your meeting with people who inspired you, who kind of mentored you, who gave you the confidence. Because what happens in life, right? When even I want to start something in my life, sometimes you know you can do it, but you want people to mentor you, you want people to tell you, you want people to support you. Sometimes that is
Yeah.
all that you want. You
Yeah.
you know the plan, you know it will happen, you know everything, but sometimes you need that entity or
Yes.
individual to come up to
Yes.
you and tell you that yes, you can do it. So I want to deep dive into your entire Goa phase, because once you'll come to the book, people would be able to relate. Oh, this is something that she did, that happened. That is
Yeah.
how that inspiration came up, and how then she transitioned from Goa to different places. And then we'll talk about the Starbucks and other things also. It's really
Right.
interesting angle. So let's start with the Goa part first. Wherever you want to start with that Goa arc, let's start with that.
Okay, so I think I visited Goa for the very first time in my life in 2013, and this trip was not a planned one. It just so happened that a cousin of mine was planning this reunion trip with a couple of college friends that he had. And since my brother was the only guy who was married, he wanted like my mother and me to come along so that, whenever they want to, like, do some of their, boy things, then we can, chill on the beach or do something else, and the wife is also taken care of. So my mother just asked me that, do you want to go to Goa? And of course, like, my first reaction to it was no, because I did not know, like, what this is going to look like. I don't know these bunch of guys who are elder to me, a little elder to me, and I was still in college, like I was still in engineering in my, I guess, third year. And but then I just thought to myself that it could be once in a lifetime opportunity. I've never been to Goa, just always heard stories about this place. So let's go and let's just figure out, let's just see for ourselves that what this place is all about. So I said, कि चलते हैं. And then my mom was not really convinced. She was like halfway there कि हाँ ना चल रहा था. But then I became that driving force that we need to go. Let's see, मजा आएगा, something like that. So this is how that trip happened. And the trip was a normal trip, how you go, plan out a certain itinerary. At that time, I didn't even go to South Goa, which where my book is based, and where I
Okay.
now go to.
Yes.
I generally, when you go to Goa for the first time, it's North Goa. So I
Absolutely.
was in North Goa, did all the touristy things, all those parasailings and a little bit of club hopping and all that people do in North Goa. And interestingly, on this trip, I met a guy, and this is the first guy in my life who asked me that, what is it that you really want to do?
Hmm.
First, he asked me everything, kahan se engineering kar rahe ho, kya hai, everything. And then he suddenly asks a question, which is not the template question. So generally, people will ask you, what are your plans? What kind of companies are you aiming at for placements, etc. But he asked me something very different. He asked me, what do you really want to do with your life? What? So I was little taken aback कि इसका क्या
Yes.
answer है, because even I know what I want to do, but I don't want to share it to anyone, because I am so much in self doubt that I feel people laugh at me कि इसको देखो, बोलते हैं ना झोला टांगे राइटर बनने चले, अपने आप को
Yeah.
क्या ही. So
Yeah.
I did not know कि whether I should say the truth or just say make up some answer, but for some reason I don't know, the honest part of me came out, and I blurted out the truth, and I said that, you know what, I really want to become a writer. So what have you written so far? And now I am questioning myself. मुझे writer बनना और मैं लिखती नहीं हूँ, तो मैं writer तो obviously कभी नहीं बन पाऊंगी, right? And such a basic thing, but you don't think about it on an everyday basis. And I said, yeah, I mean, I wrote a poetry once, and now I'm like, stuttering here and there. And then this person's like, no, so you should write, now. If you want to write something, go write something. that's about it. And after this trip, we never connected. After 2 years, when I almost a year and a half, I came to Delhi for my MBA, and this guy happens to be the only person I know in entire city. In fact, my mother knows in entire city, so she calls him up and says, "Ki yaar, we need a local guardian for Stuti. Can you be one?" He says yes. And after a very tight schedule of my MBA, like 1.5 months down the line, I get a chance to meet him for the first time on one of the weekends. And he asked me the same question again: how much have you written? What are you writing? And I'm
Yes.
still not doing anything. So that was like a wake up call for me. That even if I want to pursue it as a hobby, let's say I'm doing MBA, I'm going to get a decent job, all of that, and I want to pursue it as a hobby or a passion or a side hustle. Still, I
Yes.
need to do something. No, I need to write. I'm not even writing. So I told him, no, I haven't. So he said, and I think at that time I had written 2-3 pages of a story that I had started in my mind, but I was not aiming at completing it. But then I thought maybe I should share it with him and see what kind of validation he gives me. And then
Absolutely.
I shared that story with him, and he gave me some. For the first time, I felt heard. For the first time, I felt somebody believed in it, or somebody was a tad bit interested in knowing, what I really wanted to do. That kind of really motivated me. Then I went back to hostel and I used to write a little bit more. I used to grow those writings and share it with him. And now I'm not even sure that if he used to really even read it, because he's not read any of my books. Uh,
I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure he must have. I'm 100% sure.
I don't have the courage to ask.
He he looks like a smart guy. I'm sure he has read it. I'm 100% sure. Trust me, that is coming from a guy. I'm sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, but at that time, just somebody giving him that sense of validation to me, somebody saying
Yes.
that, do this. Why are you not doing it, or why are you not getting into it? I think that just meant a lot. And
Yes.
after that, somehow this guy happens to be the guy that I fell in love with me. He mentored me a lot along the journey. We ended up marrying each other in 2019. We had our daughter in 2022. And now it's 5 years that we are married, more than 10 years that we've known each other. And it's a love story to cherish. But I think his role in my journey, as in to initiate it, to give me that direction and all of that, has been very, very pivotal. And if it had not been for him, I don't think at that time there was anyone who was supporting me like that. So
Yeah.
I do believe that love can impact a person in a very positive way and kind of help you sometimes do things that you would have never imagined otherwise or thought possible.
Yeah, I think because love, as people generally understand love, people understand love, oh, two people who are romantically linked.
Mm.
I really feel that love has multiple verticals. In your case, the way it started, the love that you got from your husband was in a form of a support, was in a form
Yeah,
of mentorship, was in a form of being your, that, okay, you
understanding,
right,
the
understanding,
basic, like
the
understanding what
basics.
somebody wants.
Absolutely. And that became your definition of love, that he was emanating from himself. And it's really amazing how that progresses in a relationship, right? So you started being a mentor, you push people, you acknowledge their talent, you push them, and finally you're with them in their highs and lows. So I think that graph has been really interesting. That you have that very dark phase which ignited in you, this is not for me. And from that dark phase to coming back to the city and your Starbucks arc. I want to explore that and the kind of people you met there. It's very important for people to know before you go into your book. They'll
Yeah,
know where it is coming from. They'll know that you are somebody who has lived the experiences that you've written. It's very
yeah,
important for people to know that it's not just a figment of your imagination. It is something that you have relate to. I want people to know that
yeah.
they can relate because you've had those experiences. So let's start with the dark phase and then we'll move on to the Starbucks and the people that you met and how you progressed with
Got
it.
it. So I think this all happened in 2016 when I decided that okay, I want to do this, and this happened when I was working at one of the companies that I was employed with after completing my MBA, and I was in Mumbai at that time. And for some reason, they say no, some cities grow on you and some never. So I think Mumbai happened to be that place that never
Which never.
really grew on me, or nor did I feel I grew, grew a little bit where I was there. Like all my time was going in just hustling from one place to another. on in local trains here and there, 3 hours traveling, just not realizing where life's taking me, a very routinely boring life, and not even making the kind of money. So obviously I was making good money, but इतना भी stellar नहीं था या इतना भी spectacular नहीं था कि उसके लिए आप अपना peace of
Absolutely.
mind खो दो, या
Absolutely.
and might sound very, what they say, that, the Gen Z that is, they are in non-sticky jobs, they want to run away. Maybe I, being a millennial, was kind of a Gen Z, was before her time.
Yeah.
I felt that the skill set doesn't match what I'm doing. I better find something that matches my skill set and do best at it than just, there I was just someone, a cog in the wheel, or an ordinary person, many people like me doing similar things. Like my individual contribution didn't really matter so much. And I was not seeing any impact that I was creating, or in fact, at the same time, I was feeling so sad from within, thinking that what if मैंने अभी ऐसे succumb कर दिया है, and I'm a very emotional person. So when I get lost in that whole, I would say, whirlwind of emotions,
Yes.
then I just keep drowning. I keep over imagining and overthinking and thinking that, okay, it's all gone. अब कभी नहीं हो सकता. Now my life is screwed. I will never be able to become a writer and all of that. So with these feelings, I called up my husband. And at that time, he was not my husband, and I told him only one thing. I said that, I want to come back. I want to come back to
Yes.
Delhi and figure out stuff again. I want to write my first book. Maybe I'll take some side gigs or side hustle or side jobs to make some money. But in the end, I really need to start working on my dreams. That's what I need to do. And he said, yeah, आजा, एक अगली train book करके आजा. So I think also, while I had already made up my mind, having someone who was equally crazy in my life and who said that, yeah, go ahead, do it. It's fine. So I think that really created an impact, and that really, changed. होता है, कोई और बोलता है तो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल अलग
बिल्कुल.
उसमें चला जाता है. So I came back to Delhi, and then one of my college friends at that time was employed in Gurgaon, and I started living with her in this whole bachelor kind of a setup. Now there I had started writing, picked up some side hustle, was making little bit of money also. Everything was fine, but there's this a very lonely lifestyle that comes with being a writer that nobody really talks about. Like when you have no one to look forward to, when you wake up in the morning, everyone's off to office. You have your lunch alone, you have your dinner alone on most of the days, and you have to find all that motivation of completing the job yourself. There's no boss, there's no team. So I was socially completely cut off. And then 2 months, I started feeling really drained, really low, like my motivation to wake up early went away. And this is where my husband, my then, friend, he introduced me to this guy who was who was also in a very similar situation. He was doing some startup around, women entrepreneurship. And he used to work from this one place in Starbucks in Gurgaon in Cyber City. So just like a 20 rupee metro ride from my place. And I remember it not in time but rupees, because in that time money was everything for me, because that's exactly the thing that I did not have. So I had to budget it. कि मैं कहाँ जाऊंगी? Like if I take an Uber anywhere, it's gonna cost me so much more. So like a 20 rupee metro ride up, so like a 40 rupee, and then I started sitting there and working in exchange for free Wi-Fi at a Starbucks. So yeah, I mean that Starbucks become that one place, and their hospitality is so amazing. Like nobody kicks you out.
That is a great thing, actually. That is a great thing. Because I think they have also created a story around the way they want their ecosystem to be, that you cannot get anywhere, that you can feel very secure, right? And that is why.
So there were people who were already a part of the group of this friend that I had made, and somewhere his friends became my friends, and then we became like a huge community of people who were, change makers, doing something new, trying something new with their lives. Like someone amongst us was a stand-up comedian, he would write scripts, someone was a trainer, someone was a designer, and all of us, with our own, baggages and whatever. But one thing that connected us all was that we were like-minded individuals. We found a sense of community there, and we benefited from each other in some way or the other. Like a lot of You Only Live Once के लिए जो मुझे ज्ञान मिला, या आप कह लो कि मुझे जो कवर मैंने बनाया है, उस कवर के लिए मुझे जो डिजाइनर मिला, इलस्ट्रेटर मिला, he was a barista at Starbucks. Can you believe it?
Yes.
And this guy
Brilliant.
used to do very beautiful, वो
Illustrations
होता
and
है कैफे में,
artwork.
so वो कैफे में नहीं होता चौक से रोज का टुडे स्पेशल, एंड वो बनाते हैं
Caricature types.
correct
Doodling.
caricature types, right? So this designer who became a friend, I told him कि यार क्या ये हमारे लिए करेगा? And I really would have loved to name all of them, but I don't know, they are all very private people. If they want to be like named on record, so that's why I'm just referring to them as this person, that person, but they are like really special people in my lives. And I told him कि why don't you ask him? So he asked the barista कि मैं तुझे ट्रेन तो कर ही रहा हूँ डिजिटल इलस्ट्रेशन में, and also do you want to try a cover? And at that time I was struggling, so I did not have the kind of money कि मैं किसी को 40-50 लाख देके कवर ही बनवा लूँ. People have random amount of money. होता है ना, कभी कभी कोई बिजनेस वाला किताब लिखता है तो किताब is just a facet of what he's doing, but he's making money somewhere else. Correct. So it's PR. So he will spend an amount of money. And मैंने LinkedIn पे लोग ढूंढा, वो मुझसे बड़ा अजीब मांग रहे थे. Me being like a 23-year-old who's just quit her job, who's struggling to make ends meet, who's counting कि कितने पैसे बचते हैं घर जाने के लिए, मेट्रो में. Not in that really mood, but I am sure कि I want to make my book big. So first he made it for On the Open Road, and also for You Only Live Once. This illustration that you see is actually a painting that he made first, and then it was digitally enhanced and made digitally, and that's why there's so much soul to it. It's actually handwork. होता है, आप देखो जब कोई चीज आदमी, वो भी एक बहुत अच्छा आर्टिस्ट है, था नहीं है, उसके लाइफ के अपने चैलेंजेस थे. ही केम फ्रॉम लाइक लिटिल लोअर मिडिल क्लास फैमिली, सो ही वाज एमिंग एट, उसके घर वाले फोर्स कर रहे थे कि IAS करो. ही वांटेड टू बी अ डिजाइनर. So, even this cover talks about the beautiful journey of that guy whom I've met, and he was not fortunate enough to like follow his passion, so he does it as like a side hustle. And I guess he's still preparing for IAS or something, like he's still in that journey. But the journey of YOLO is very special. The kind of people who got connected, and
there was also a stand-up comedian, right? There was also stand-up comedian in that group.
Yes, and this is a very spiritual connection that we all share. Like, what we had amongst us was a very pure form of love. Like a spiritual love बोलते हैं ना जिसको, जिसमें you're just giving the other person, trying and wanting them to succeed and all of that. And I think rarely people get that in my life. And now that I look back in 2024, when I look back to that time, I feel, oh my God, I was so blessed. It was one of the most amazing times of my life. Although उस टाइम पे मैं रोती थी कि मेरे बुक्स नहीं चलते हैं. So I was still depressed. So I think it's a human condition to, get attracted towards suffering. We try and find what we don't have. And at that time, obviously, I was young, so I wasn't practicing so much of mindfulness, gratitude, and a lot of things that I do now, which really helped me keep my mental health, up and good. But at that time, I was like, ठीक है, सब लोग मिल गए, सब कुछ अच्छा भी हो रहा है, but मुझे वो नहीं दिख रहा था. मुझे क्या दिख रहा था, यार मेरे बुक्स कैसे चलेंगे, मैं कैसे बेचूंगी, मेरा फर्स्ट बुक सक्सेसफुल क्यों नहीं हो रहा है और लोगों तक क्यों नहीं पहुंच रहा है, मैं और क्या करूं. एंड आई वाज नॉट इवन राइटिंग यू ओनली लिव वंस. It was one of the people from this gang who told me that it is so stupid that you're not writing your second book, thinking कि मेरा first book जब चलेगा तब मैं लिखूंगी. So it doesn't happen that way. If you read the story of any successful author, they're writing one book every year. Sometimes the third book is a hit, kabhi fourth hoti, kabhi fifth hoti, and then suddenly all the other books get picked up. But you can't stop writing. And that hit me. And this is where I started writing my second book. So YOLO also have completed in that Starbucks. On the Open Road also have completed in that Starbucks. When YOLO released, then lockdown happened. So at that time मैंने अपना मन बना लिया था कि मैं किसी पब्लिशर का वेट नहीं करूंगी इस बार. आफ्टर ऑन द ओपन रोड आया, मैंने जो धक्के खाने थे खा लिए थे. So I knew कि मुझे खुद करना है, and I went ahead and self-published this book. So this book actually originally had a question mark after once.
Yep.
and was
I've
a
seen that.
self-published book that I had written, and I had edited, I had typeset it, I had got the cover design with
Everything
someone.
you did. Yes.
Everything. After launching 10 days, the book sells good. We sell almost 350 copies, which for me is a huge feat at that
Absolutely.
time, because in a time of like 10 days to sell so many books, क्योंकि on the open road के साथ my ratio or my hit was pretty lower, and I didn't understand. अब तक मुझे कुछ कुछ चीजें समझ में आने लगी थी. कुछ on the open road के readers थे जो YOLO खरीदना चाहते थे. So things were better. But then the great lockdown happened. सब कुछ बंद हो गया. Like all the
बिल्कुल.
stores got shut. Online
Yes.
में बेच रही थी बंद. And now I'm crying. So again, my husband consoled me. By this time, I was married when YOLO was released. So he
Yep.
told me that, you are alive, one piece. Nothing's wrong in your family. People are struggling a lot. So you cannot really sit and cry about कि मैं book कैसे बेचूंगी. वो तो एक बार जब market खुलेगा तो book बेच लेंगे. Chill.
Absolutely.
And that is where, then I started engaging in a lot of other activities just to keep my mind busy. And the day it opened again, I started selling again, because मैं तो बैठी थी बिल्कुल. And this time I would say, Raghav, वो होता है ना कि if you are perseverant enough to persevere for a very long time, वो एक टाइम आ जाता है जब आपका टाइम राइट होता है. Timing right होता है.
Beautiful.
And that happened after वो कि suddenly the books picking up, suddenly 50 से 60 orders a day होने लगे हैं. Suddenly हम 100 पे चले गए, पता नहीं चला, हमें प्राइम मिल गया. पहले हम घर से बेचते थे, तो मेरा घर ही वेयर हाउस था जहाँ प्रिंटो के बुक्स आती थी. मैं वहीं साइन करती थी, वहीं से डिस्पैच करती थी. एक एक पैकेट खुद पैक करके रीडर्स तक पहुंचाया है. सो अगर किसी के भी पास वो क्वेश्चन मार्क वाली योलो है और उसने 2020 या 2021 में खरीदी थी, सॉरी, हाँ, 2020 या 2021 में खरीदी थी, the chances are कि I packed those books for them instantly.
Yeah, absolutely. So such a nice thing. I mean, they wouldn't have known that till
Yeah.
you mentioned that it's a collectible. That edition of YOLO is a collectible. That
If you
now
have
what
it,
people know. If you have it, it's a collectible.
correct. It's a special edition. It will never happen again that the author is never gonna go ahead and pack her books and send it to you personally. बिल्कुल सेल्समैन की तरह जो डोर टू डोर सेलिंग बोलते हैं ना, कि कहीं कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी आप नहीं छोड़ रहे हो. यहाँ आईआईटी वाले चौराहे पे कुछ लोग खड़े होते थे जो किताबें बेचते थे, उनको भी कुछ पैसे देके किताबें पकड़ाई थी कि यार.
See, this is brilliant, na? So, आप देखो, why do you think? So, I'll give an example कि why what you have done is so remarkable and why it needs to be known. I remember जब पहली बार Immortals of Mehlua अमीश त्रिपाठी की आई थी, कवर ववर पढ़ा था हमने, देखा था, we read the book, and then when we came to know about his story, when he became famous, that he self-published his first book. उसने भी ये बोला कि यार मेरे को कोई नहीं पब्लिश कर रहा है, because people are not understanding the concept, because the industry was not that mature and they were looking for only specific type of content. He's like,
Yeah.
I did everything on my own. And I know when I heard that story, when a lot of people heard that story, it connect. That is when I till date, I am like hats off to Amish. उसने पहली किताब खुद से इन एंड आउट, ही डिड एवरीथिंग ऑन हिज ओन. वो आई थिंक शुरू के 2-3 चैप्टर्स फ्री में बांटता था कि if you are interested enough, this is the link on Landmark or any all these places you can buy. So what you have done, that's why I say you deserve the same respect, you deserve the same attention, and you deserve the same leadership, because being a female, see, I'm specifying the word female because it is difficult for you guys. We are not living in a great country. I'm very vocal about it. जो है वो है. Being a female, doing everything on our own, specifically with the COVID, उस टाइम तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं था अमीश को. आपके टाइम तो COVID था. So what you have done is absolutely incredible, and I would try my level best to make sure that this spreads and people know what you have done. There's a newfound respect for you as a writer and an author, because I think this needs to be heard.
Pretty correct with this whole female thing. Like, while we did not touch upon it, I think it's time that I also talk about it. Yeah, it is very difficult to be a female in this country and succeed, because आपको सबसे पहले तो यही मानते कि यार जॉब भी मत करो, आप शादी करके बच्चे करो. कुछ गिने चुने लोग पढ़ लिख के जॉब कर भी लेते हैं, तो फिर उसका नेक्स्ट लेवल आता है कि जहाँ आप कुछ अपना करना चाहो, और वहां पे कुछ अचीव करते करते इट बिकम्स 0.001% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन. बिकॉज राइटर्स ही कितने लोग बन रहे हैं इंडिया में, प्रोबेबली नॉट इवन. उसमें से सक्सेसफुल कितने हो रहे हैं, मुश्किल से 10 लोग हैं जिनका आपको उंगली पे नाम याद आएगा अगर आप याद करोगे तो. और उसमें भी लड़कियां कितनी हैं, तो मतलब अगर आप लोग 3 है या 4 हैं, तो फिर देन 4 ऑन अ पॉपुलेशन ऑफ 200 करोड़ इज वेर यू स्टैंड. सो आई थिंक इट इज a very exceptional thing that happened to me. And while I have put out everything that I have to achieve this, and there's no denying the amount of hard work, pressure, the kind of depressive nights and all that I've gone through. But also, I think that's a higher plan, something that is guiding me. I was maybe born for this, and बोलते हैं ना कि यूनिवर्स में चीजें होती है, आप एक जरिया होते हो, आपके थ्रू हो रही होती है. तो मुझे कभी कभी लगता है ये जो शब्द हैं जो निकल रहे हैं, जो बह रहे हैं, जो किताबों में है, लोगों तक पहुंच रहे हैं, इतने लोगों की लाइफ इंपैक्ट कर रहे हैं कि लोग कॉल करके बोलते हैं कि दिस बुक इज लाइक अ पर्सनल थेरेपिस्ट टू मी. People who can't afford therapy are reading a book worth 170 rupees 3 times, and they find that 3 therapy sessions in that. And I think that's the kind of validation I never ever thought I will ever get. And why I'm talking about it so vocal होकर, इसलिए क्योंकि मुझे लगता है मैं जरिया हूँ. मतलब अगर इतने लोगों को छू लिया और इतने लोगों की लाइफ बदल दी, तो देन दिस हैड टू हैपन. मैं नहीं होती तो शायद मेरी जगह कोई और होता. पर ये जो इंटेंशन है, ये जो प्योर इंटेंशन है, और जिससे लोगों की लाइफ चेंज हो रही है, मुझे लगता है दैट इज समथिंग दैट द यूनिवर्स has blessed me with, and I'm just a source, and it's flowing through me. That energy is just flowing through me.
And I think the energy is able to flow through you if we go into technicalities, because you also have the talent to convert that flow into a story.
Yeah.
It might be flowing into me, but if I don't have the resources or the talent or the tools to convert that energy, I think then the divine will not choose me as an instrument.
Yeah.
So credit where it is given. You first, your fundamentals were bang on, that you had the skill set. And then you were able to channelize, So आपकी story में सुनता हूँ, जैसे आपने बताया, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि, what's beautiful about you is some might say कि अरे नहीं यार, तुम्हारे साथ तो सब ऐसे ऐसे हुआ है. नहीं. That you were a storyteller, you were able to weave them.
Yeah.
In a nice way. You were able to see them. आप अपनी चीजों को स्टोरी की तरह देख पा रही थी.
Yeah.
वो तो मेरे साथ भी है, शायद हमारे साथ भी ऐसा होता, but we are not able to weave them. So that's an art. That's a pure skill that you have. And truly, I want this thing to be also celebrated, that I want people to know that you don't become a serial author just like that. There is a skill set. There is a skill set. You have lived the experiences also. That's what you want to really, really highlight. Now, Stuti,
also,
before we move on,
I'd like to talk about something that I don't say very often, but that is true as well. So somewhere my destiny has also landed me here, and while there's obviously a lot of hard work and many other things that I did, I think I also have that little privilege of being married to a guy who loves me so much, who selflessly supported me through it. And I think I had that privilege or a fallback option in case nothing worked out. So I think that financial security or stability net that I had also has helped me. And I think I should talk about it, because there are many people who might be as talented as I am, or might be willing to put in so much hard work, but sometimes you cannot take that huge leap of faith if you do not have that kind of a backing. So somewhere I think that is the divine. So if that you had already, then that is something you never planned on. Which family you will be born in, who you will meet, whether someone will fall in love with you or not, whether you'll ever find the love of your life, whether you'll be supported like that. So I think all these things are also very instrumental in my journey, in shaping who I am. And I just wanted to call it out here that, okay, there have been huge struggles. ऐसा नहीं है कि financial backup या security आ गई थी तो struggles खत्म हो गए. जैसे शादी होने से ये चीज हो गया था life में. Until I was not married, of course I was completely on my own, and it was extremely hard to make ends meet. Once when I was in this phase, when I was writing YOLO, at least my basics were taken care of. So I could focus on the higher things. क्या होता है ना आपके दिमाग में, अगर यही चल रहा है कि अगले महीने टेलीफोन का बिल कैसे भरेंगे या So I think my spouse has been instrumental in that journey where he supported me, and many artists talk about it. If you will see, काफी आर्टिस्ट की जर्नी ऐसी होती है जिसमें वो बताएंगे कि उनका कोई पेरेंट होगा या कोई स्पाउस होगा जिसने करा होगा उनको सपोर्ट, बिकॉज ये जर्नी ऐसी है कि इसमें फेम चाहे पैसा कुछ भी कह लो इंस्टेंटली नहीं मिलता. आज आप यहाँ हो, लेकिन आज यहाँ 5 साल के बाद हो, 6 साल के बाद हो, देयर इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी कॉस्ट एसोसिएटेड टू दैट. अगर मैं अपने MBA वाले जॉब में होती, or I don't know how life could have been. Financially, they could have been pretty much different. Although मैं इतनी satisfied, इतनी fulfilled नहीं होती, and I don't regret my decision at all. I am too much in love with what I do, and I'm so happy that it worked out for me. But what if it hadn't worked out? In that case, you will always go back and think of what life could have been if you took the other route. So also the
Yes,
importance of having someone in your journey, which I keep on saying again and again, is very important, because we are social
absolutely,
beings. Yeah, in the end,
absolutely,
we want to fall back on someone or something.
absolutely. I think logically speaking, you're absolutely right, because when you said to Miki Raghav, nature, nature talks, and you are nature. If you even if you are feeling low, you can go out, you can feel the grass, you can feel the sunshine in the air, you can feel
And it
better.
feels so amazing. Yeah.
It feels so. I think
Yeah.
the same feeling you get when a fellow human being does that to you also.
Yeah.
When a fellow human being gives you that warmth, gives
Yeah.
you that ray of sunshine, gives you that affirmation that yes, you can do it. It's absolutely, I look at a lot of interviews of athletes who run a lot, who cycle a lot, and they're like, when people ask them, how are you able to do that? How are you able to run 500, 600 kilometers? And they're
Yeah.
like, because there are people who keep on telling me you can do it. We have faith in you. Sometimes that just wordings is what you need, that we have faith in you and you can do it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
That
Nothing
keeps you
else.
on. And I think second, another credit that I have to give to you is to think also, if the situation would have been different, I feel that story was in you. वो निकलती बाहर, वो
Hmm.
आप कैसे भी सिचुएशन में होता ना, वो once you're pregnant with that story, the child
Yeah.
has to come out. वो आपको खाती है अंदर से कि ये तो
Yeah.
मुझे बतानी ही है. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज व्हाट द डिवाइन डज. इट
Yeah.
incepts that story within you. And then, of course, and then I think divine then also makes sure that the circumstances are that it gets delivered. So I'll
Yeah.
always find ways to give credit to you, because I think you're a very brave and you're a very amazing storyteller. I think that needs to be celebrated. Acha, Stuti, before now we move on to the book, very quickly tell me that how got picked up by Penguin. Again, an interesting story. We'll quickly go
Yeah,
into that.
very, very interesting story. So now my books are selling like hotcakes, and it's the new thing in the market. Everyone's talking about that. How's this author, always in like top 100, top 200 books? इसका तो कोई publisher भी नहीं दिखता. Who's this publisher called Spotlight Books? And Spotlight Books was my own company, जो मैंने form की थी just to sell these
बिल्कुल
books. A
बिल्कुल.
lot of people giving me request that Spotlight में मैंने अपना number डाला हुआ था, so they are requesting me कि हमारी books भी publish कर दीजिए, thinking that I am some publisher who's looking at more, but
समझ गया.
I was not looking at that business at that point. Nor am I now. I mean, I don't know about the future. So interesting things happening, and then suddenly one day in my LinkedIn, an editor from a very, very reputable publishing house has reached out to me, and she is willing to offer me the audio rights, the everything, and it just sounds larger than life and too good to be true. And I don't know, मतलब होता है ना, पैरों के नीचे से जमीन सरक गई. And at this time I was already 13,000 books. 13,000 books we had sold. I had
On
sold
your own. On your own.
on my
Absolutely.
own, like from my warehouse or from my home. So then she writes out to me, and then I speak to her, and I get convinced, and I feel it's great, and I want to go ahead with it. And then I meet this guy who's a big disruptor in my life, I would say. One heck of a guy, and I think the divine has sent him as well. So he writes to me. So he's my agent now. He's been my agent for like the last 5 years. And he's not aware about all this conversation that I'm having and all of that. He just tells me that there's another publisher who's interested, and he's just writing on their behalf. Which I later got to know that he was also struggling as an agent. He has just started out,
Oh.
and he was looking at his first, 5-10 books that can go successful. And it was after I gave a consent that he spoke to the other publishing house,
Okay.
not the other way around. So he's also a
Got it,
very
got it.
passionate guy, very good at sales, exactly knows what he wants, driven, and 5-6 years younger to me. So he brings in a very different कॉलेज काइंड ऑफ एन एनर्जी आई से एट दैट टाइम. ठीक है, तो मुझे बिलीव सा होता था उसकी बातों में कि हाँ यार, ये पैशनेट आदमी है, ये कुछ कर लेगा. सो and then he does this whole negotiation on my behalf with both the publishers. And I mean, obviously then I went ahead with Penguin because of many reasons. The connect with the editor felt a little better. The kind of financial figures felt better. I think the kind of brand value that Penguin as a brand brings in
Absolutely.
the
Absolutely.
cover to the book And doing all of my risk analysis as an author at my end, I chose Penguin to be my first publisher. And yeah, I mean, signing my first deal in 2021, I guess,
Yep.
somewhere around January or February, was an extremely beautiful and extremely amazing feeling. And I think after Penguin acquired YOLO, there has been no looking back. I think this book has done more than a lakh.
So now I wish if there was a time machine and you could go back to when you were born and somebody could tell your mother to see, it's not a bad woman. She's gonna kick ass. Just wait. Amazing,
That's what
right?
bitches do. That's what bitches
Yes,
do.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It would have
So
been so great.
maybe I was a witch
Yeah,
for a good cause, and
yeah,
I have stood out in all the leagues of women, and I think stood out because yeah, I was badass in that way. I did not
yeah,
comply to so many societal norms, but it turns out that it
absolutely.
all happened for the good. So I think it's not a bad thing to be a witch.
Now we have known about you. Now that the viewers have known about you. Now we have celebrated you. Now I'm going to celebrate your book. So give me 5 minutes of time to heap praises on your book, and I'm going to show your book to the people. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, I also have kept it.
Yeah, okay. So this is a beautiful, beautiful
Wow.
book. You only live once. I wanted to show the Kindle cover because it's big and digital and अच्छा थोड़ा और
Yeah,
color
and the
बहुत अच्छा
colors are
आता है.
coming out very nice.
Colors are coming out really, really nice, and I have loved this book. So now, I'll tell the readers and the viewers, YOLO is a great book. I'll tell you why I liked the book a lot. I specifically, because I know about your own journey, so I know that where it is coming from, and that was very remarkable for me. I really love, there are three main characters in the book, Alara, Arav, and Ricky. And again, I can understand where these people are coming on. My favorite personally is Ricky. I wish if I can be, he reminded me of Gandalf. So Gandalf from Lord of the Rings might look like a guy who's snooty and who's very unpredictable, but he has your heart. I'm gonna now highlight certain lines from the book which were popular highlights, which
Okay,
even
I would.
which even I like.
Yeah,
So the first one is not a popular highlight, but I like, so I'm gonna say that. It I think comes on page 11 in Kindle. I'm not
yeah,
close to anyone at home, not really. I'm close to my guitar. It's because it always meets my expectations. People, they often fail to do so. Unfulfilled expectations lead to unfulfilled relationships, which is so true. Something which I relate when I look back at my own life and relationships. I'm like, man, she's so right. And I
yeah,
wish if I could have said that at that point. I wish if I could have had a passion which I could say, man, I love, let's say, guitar, or let's say my mic, or let's say my singing. And I realized, man, that's why it's very important for somebody to have something apart from their relationships and everything. It could be an art form, it could be writing,
yeah,
any
yeah,
skill set. It's so important. Now I'm going to tell you some popular highlights.
yeah,
The worst thing about unrequited love is that you start to compare and make a list of all the things that you could have to get this person. And
yeah,
then realizing that no matter how hard you try, you just can't make the other person love you the way you do. You
yeah.
can't make people do how you want them to. You just
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, that is true. That is correct. I think we've all had our fair share of trying that out in our lives
Yeah.
at different point. And the conclusion that you'll come to is that, either you become this very saintly person who is willing to give without expecting anything in return. But if you are a human being, it's just not possible to have zero expectations. You will definitely have some level of expectations. And in that kind of a situation, one should never think that हम किसी को बदल देंगे या कोई किसी
Yeah.
दिन हमारे लिए बदल जाएगा या चीजें बदल जाएंगी. It's better to accept that it
Absolutely.
is what it is and probably move on and give some other person a shot who could love you the way you deserve to be
Absolutely.
loved.
I think because the first line was about expectations, and then this line was about that you can't make people do. They're linked. Because of our false expectations, we think and we feel that we can convert or change, or that he or
Yeah,
she will do the way I want him or her to do, but that doesn't happen. So that was really amazing. Now, again, another popular highlight:
yeah,
appreciating someone's outer beauty without diving deep into their soul is like appreciating honey for its golden color and not its sweetness. For me, it is sweetness over color always. Profound.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I say. This is philosophy, man. This is so somebody can only write these things when they have themselves gone through these emotions and situations. Only then it comes from the bottom of your heart. So again, this was one of the popular highlights. I think 36 people or odd people have underlined this line. Let's
Yeah,
come to
you
the
know,
next.
because when you're young and you fall in love, you're
Yeah,
always about how this person looks or how this person makes you feel because maybe they are so attractive, this and that. But then sooner or later, that whole attraction thing starts to
fades.
fail because things are not attractive forever. And then what? What is going to sustain you in that relationship? So I think people are highly mistaken, even when on matrimonial ads I see people being objectified as a 5 feet 2 inch tall, fair woman with, a slender and sleek body. But how does that make someone a good wife? What
Absolutely.
if she is not good as a character and she doesn't? I mean, don't you want to know who this person is rather than how this person is packaged?
Absolutely.
इट्स जस्ट लाइक कि डब्बा तो बहुत अच्छा है लेकिन अंदर सामान कुछ भी हो मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता जबकि मुझे
Absolutely.
लगता है डब्बा कैसा भी हो अच्छा हो तो बहुत अच्छी बात और नहीं हो तो भी कोई बुरी बात नहीं है एज लॉन्ग एज the contents of the box are nice. If the
Absolutely.
contents are rotten, then what you do with a fancy box? It's not something you want to
Absolutely.
put up for display. So I think it's weird how we are always so normalizing these descriptions about women. A tall, dark, and handsome man with 6 feet 2 inches height. And what if this man is toxic and there could be someone who's just
Absolutely.
5 feet 2 inches
Yeah.
tall and maybe a superhuman being, a genuinely good person at heart? Would you want to let go of them just because they're not
Absolutely.
tall? Like, really?
Absolutely. Absolutely. No,
That
this
is
is
what I
very
wanted to
profound.
say.
Yeah, no, and I think the problem is that now, आज भी we all succumb to this thing, यार, कि sometimes we do get attracted by the physical appearance, which is very
Yeah.
sad. But I don't think it's gonna go away, Stuti. It's very difficult. It's embedded in the human, क्या बोलेंगे उसको, psyche के अंदर घुस गया है कि जो दिखता है, and that is the reason why you see iPhones and Apples doing the best. They can
Yeah.
charge you a bomb, but because of the way they're packaged and the way they look, right, it is so
Yeah.
edible. You want to eat it. You want
Yeah.
it for yourself. कि भाई मुझे चाहिए ये, you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
again, okay. So then the next is again a very popular highlight. Life's about making the most of your present to build a better future and not shed tears in the name of the past. Everyone has had their share of tragedies, but it's time to pat yourself on back and move on.
And move on. Yeah.
I loved it. ये मुझे
I also
that's
remember
why
this one.
yeah it gave me a very comfortable feeling. Very वो होता है ना मैंने बताया ना warm cocoa वाली feeling. This line gave me that कि it's okay. Be kind to yourself. Don't be
Yeah.
very harsh on yourself. सब गलतियां
Yeah.
करते हैं. What was your process when you wrote this?
I think we are always either thinking of what didn't go right with us in the past and crying about it, or worrying about what can happen in the future and again ruining our day. I think it's an art, and I am yet to master it. I'm telling you, it's not that easy. Even I am yet to master it.
Yeah.
I am maybe 50-60% there, and there are 40% times when I am still in the past or thinking of the future. But the game is in constantly reminding yourself that probably this approach is very stupid to living life, because what is real is only now. जो past है वो तो कहीं exist ही नहीं करता, सिर्फ आपके memory bubble में है. अगर मैं आज आपकी सारी memories delete कर दूं राघव, तो past क्या है आपके लिए?
कुछ भी नहीं है. मेरी
कुछ
identity
भी
क्या
नहीं.
है? I will also lose my identity, right? In a way. Yep.
Nothing. You are zero. शून्य.
Absolutely.
So the truth about life is this only, that what you are thinking is so important is not real, not tangible, doesn't exist anymore. It's just a figment of your imagination and a bit of your memory. And in fact, there's this book that I read by the psychologist and philosopher Sigmund Freud, which says that even the dreams are not real, or even the memories are not 100% real. They're a version of what you wanted to store. They're
Absolutely.
not 100% real. So now you're continuously being disillusioned by something which is a total imagination. And if I say कि मैं आज आपको reboot कर दूँ आपका system, like an Alexa or a Siri or a robot, just imagine yourself like that. What is there to cry about? Will you cry
Absolutely.
about anything? No, because it just doesn't matter. What matters is where you're sitting today. What are you doing right
Absolutely.
now? What are you eating right now? How are you feeling right now? So I think everyone has had their tragedies, but it's time to stop shedding tears in the name of
Absolutely.
past and
Absolutely.
just live, just live every day. And that's the most important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, brilliant. Yeah. I mean, absolutely brilliant. I think more people should practice this. In theory, we know, but
Yeah,
where we fail as a society is in practice. That's the
yeah,
problem, right?
yeah,
Okay. The last highlight. There were many more highlights. I mean, otherwise it could have gone for hours and hours. I did a lot of highlights, but I wanted to showcase the ones which are popular and ones which I also like.
yeah,
The last one is selfless love is true love.
yeah,
It permeates the subtleties of timeline,
yeah.
irrespective of the timeline's orientation, alternate reality, or rebirth. That's the kind of love that poets have penned down for ages across geographies. Another, again, very profound, very deep. आपका मुझे ऐसा लगता है, you know, डीप में जाती गई जाती गई जाती गई जाती गई जिस प्रकार से आपने लाइंस लिखी है ना, it just kept on finding its depth
Yeah.
till it hits you really hard. Man, this is a part philosophy book also. It's got real
Yeah,
nuggets of
yeah. I
pure
think because
wisdom.
this book is a part of my personality. I am a very deep thinker, and since I told you that my inclination towards nature is extremely high, I find everything there. So you see those reflections here, and all these deep thoughts I've had are always where I was either lying in lying in the ocean or maybe trekking in the hills, and I was somewhere very beautiful when I was thinking of all of that. That's all I can say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I wish if I could, see, this is the tricky part of discussion fiction books. You can't reveal a lot. I accidentally revealed the name, but because I was so invested in the story, you can't reveal a lot of the book. So that's why I wanted to highlight these nuggets of wisdoms that people might want to know more. कि, अरे, what is happening?
yeah,
कब आई ये line? किसने बोली? क्यों हुआ? But again, I would say I really like the way you have segmented the chapters in the book. I really like that each chapter was specific to one person. That was, my mind could switch. I could see it as a series or a story or something that was really remarkable. And as I said, my favorite character was Ricky. I really liked his entire vibe. I could feel his vibe.
I think
I
this
could
is
feel
something
his
I
vibe.
keep telling a lot of my Instagram readers and people who reach out to me, via any social media platforms or emails, anywhere. They are always talking about Ricky. A lot of people, they're asking, where did you get this inspiration? Because this is like an
Absolutely.
older guy and all of that.
Absolutely.
So I always tell them this, and this is actually true. If I have to pick up like who am I closest to as a personality from all three, I would say Ricky is kind of who I am, someone. And obviously, that whole thing that I've given him, that whole flavor of him having a past in the Navy and
Yes.
him wanting to start. This is all made up. Okay, this is something I was imagining 5 years, 6 years back. Ki kaisa hona chahiye persona and all of that when I was writing this book. But the whole core of his personality, how the hardships, uh, the broken things in his life that could never be fixed shaped him and gave him all the positivity that he has to offer today. I think that is very much in conjunction to my life, too much resonates with my story. And if I have to say, Ricky is a part of my personality. Like, how he's having these deep philosophical thoughts. He wants to share it with the world. He wants to empower other people. When he see younger people, he wants them to grow. He wants them to follow their heart. He wants them to do what they want to do. So this is very intrinsic to me. I want to help people. And I, whether it's via my stories, whether it's via my talk, whether it's when I meet them in person, even if it's a friend of mine calling me, I am kind of, people's personal therapist. So I really like that. I really like that journey where I'm able to empower others. मुझे दूसरों को देके इतनी खुशी मिलती है और इतना प्यार मिलता है. I cannot like really put into words how fulfilled I feel
I
in
can
this
feel
journey.
that from you. I can really feel that from you. That energy and that passion that you have now of empowering people, it's very rare. And that's why the first thing I said, I had no idea that a lot of people talk about Ricky and you personally. The first thing which I said about your book is that Ricky is the character which I really gelled with. You know why? I'll tell you a big psychological reason behind that, Stuti. I wish if I had a Ricky in my life.
Yeah, I think that. Oh, yeah. I mean, why couldn't I get it? I mean, he's like your this. So basically, what people say about this book felt like a personal therapist. Maybe Ricky felt like a to them.
I wish.
You
Because
know
Ricky
why?
knows
Because
that.
Ricky
Yeah.
is complete in himself. You see, this is
Yes.
something very amazing that you brought from the story, and I appreciate it. Nobody's ever thought about it, and it is giving me a food for thought to, sort of, you opened my eyes. Actually, it is Ricky who got nothing, who
Yes.
has nothing, but
Yeah.
has still found a way to be complete in itself, in himself, and now he has only he doesn't expect anything. He only has to give back, and he's giving everyone.
Absolutely.
I think to quite an extent, my life is of that sort that I feel so complete with myself now that I have been on this journey for 5 years. I tell you now that I feel I'm in a very happy place. Like professionally, I've got things sorted and very early in time. I'm still just 32 years old, but the kind of wisdom or the kind of settlement I feel is of a retired person. Sometimes people after retirement also don't feel that, but I feel that. वो जो इकिगाई में लिखा है ना कि जापान में लोग इतने खुश क्यों हैं, वो रिटायर्ड टाइप रहते हैं, कम्युनिटी में जाते हैं, सुबह किताब पढ़ते हैं 1 घंटा. दैट्स माय रूटीन. That's exactly what I do every day. So
And I think, I think they could be a separate book about Ricky also, because he is someone who has, जिसको बोलते हैं ना, घाट घाट का पानी पिया है. He's
yeah.
not someone that just was born one day and he was like, I'm enlightened. No. No, absolutely not. He has had his shares of ups and downs, and I can't say more things because of, I want people to read the book.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
has had his shares of things that he has gone through. So, it's incredible. So that's why I think psychologically I wanted a Ricky. We all need a person like that who can have a back. I think that's the reason why that.
And
Now, see, now, of course, so this was about the book. So I highly recommend people that they buy, if for those misfortunate and unfortunate people who have still not read the book, they should get their hands on the book. It's a really lovely, it will make you feel very comfortable. I would say rather than watching on Netflix rom-com, read this book. It is remarkable. It is set in your own ecosystem of your country, of your own geography. It has people who go through the same problems that you go through, and then they come out victoriously.
yeah.
And of course, not exactly victoriously. I don't want to tell the last part, but yes, it's still pretty amazing. People should definitely. Now, Suti, couple of things I would want to know, and now I would want to know more about you. Just a couple of things. You as an author, one deep question I want to ask you, and I don't know how to frame this question. I'm still figuring it out. How should I frame this question? How do you आप क्या चाहते हो अपने राइटिंग करियर से? How big of an author? See, I don't want to ask you how big of an author do you want to be. What is your end goal being an author? जैसे मैं आपको एग्जांपल
I
देता हूँ.
really don't have very big goals, Raghav, in the sense कि ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि I want to be a Padma Shri awardee one day.
Okay.
Only then I will feel कि I am successful. या फिर if I have, if I hit 10 million followers on Instagram, then I will be successful. I have no such definitions for myself. Honestly, something that drives me every day and why I want to do it is because I genuinely want to touch people's lives. I genuinely want to impact others. And it's a very, very सुनने में लगेगा यार कि ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है, like, people would want something in return. But honestly, as long as people are reading my books and their lives are getting impacted, I'm actually happy. I don't want more, because otherwise I have a pretty simple, pretty sorted, pretty nice life. I wake up, I read books, I take care of my daughter, I drop her to school, I pick up. I have a very, very regular life, and I'm someone who finds a lot of pleasure in simple life. In fact, I'll tell you, I'm a very small town girl. It's just by the virtue of my marriage that I have to live in Delhi, but given an option, I would easily go back and settle in my hometown in Indore. My needs are very, very few. And even if I go to a place like, let's say, Masuri or like a Goa, I can easily live there. I can live there in a village. I have lived in shacks for 300 rupees per night also 10 years back. And those used to be like really shanty type of shacks that locals would build up. But I don't have too many ambitions or desires from life. Also, when it comes to materialistic desires, it's good that I have what I have, but even if I did not have it, even if it was much lesser than that, I am a pretty minimalist and a pretty close to nature kind of a person. As long as I have plants, I can make my own coffee. I have a little garden where I can read a book, and I have my family, and I have love in my life. I don't want a lot. So I have achieved those goals, and those mean success to me.
Okay, cool. Now, Stuti, I want to ask you something, which, see, I'll tell you why so why this question. I, I'll tell you the problem. I sometimes feel that one day I would also want to write a book. One day.
Okay.
Because I'm invested in this ecosystem, मुझे भी थोड़ा बहुत लिखना, not a lot, but I'm learning how to write. थोड़ा imaginative mind है. My problem with this sector is that there is no proper, I can't go online and learn or know how to write a book.
Yeah.
It depends. अब जैसे मैं आपको सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ. So if somebody tells me कि राघव you want to write a book, how you starting में बोलूंगा यार पहले नाम सोचते हैं कि पहले कैरेक्टर आता है कि पहले थीम आती है कि पहले मैं लिखता हूँ कि पहले because there's so many things. It's like movie making. If I don't know the ABCD of movie
Yeah.
making, I can't just direct a movie, right? So what I want you to explain for the viewers and the readers, which we are going to highlight as well, is your personal writing process. So let's say I give you an example. कि You decide कि अच्छा, tomorrow I decide that I'm going to start writing a manuscript for a new draft. ठीक है, तो ये आप अपना प्रोसेस बताइए कि पहले आइडिया आता है, कैरेक्टर्स कैसे करती हैं आप, कैसे उसको
Yeah.
आप डिजिटली भी मैनेज करती हैं, whatever, because I want popular authors to tell readers their processes so that people have some goddamn idea कि
Yeah.
अच्छा
Got it.
ये होता है क्या यार, because now I
Got
can
it.
see that books are coming out with prominent authors writing about their processes so that people can make sense of it. So please आप अपना प्रोसेस
I
बताइए.
get it totally. So I think we've all been there. Like with my first book, the approach was pretty different. With second book, I started doing something different, and now I am following that second book thing. Let me talk about what worked for me, and it's a creative process. So I do agree that there are going to be many different ways of doing the same thing, but this is how I do it. So with me, one thing that I've learned, a big lesson that I've learned as a writer is whenever you have an idea, just pen it right then and there. So whether it's on a piece of paper, whether you maintain like I have a WhatsApp group called Notes to Self with myself, in which I am only
Brilliant.
the part. So I made someone a part of the group, made them exit, and created that group with for myself, and I've labeled it Notes to Self. So even when I cannot access, let's say, a Google Keep or any notes on iPhone or anything else, WhatsApp is always there. We're using it day in day out, and whenever some idea happens, it's the easiest app to like quickly go and note it down. So whether it's 11 a.m. In the morning or 3 a.m. midnight or 11 p.m. at night, if you're having an idea, just write it then and there, because second day if you're gonna go and sit and think, यार मैं क्या सोच रहा था या सोच रही थी, it will never come again. That is so. And the things with good ideas is such कि वो सिर्फ फ्लो करते हैं, वो रुकते ही नहीं है. सारी फालतू बातें दिमाग में रुकेंगी. नेगेटिविटी का बड़ा आसान है, बड़े इजीली जगह बना लेती है अपनी पूरी. But good things are not gonna stay. वो चली जाती है. So you need to catch hold of them. So one advice is always write down. Okay. Now, when you talk about approaching a book, you need to have a plot in place. Like if I had to tell you, जैसे किसी investment banker को अगर आप pitch कर रहे हो, for example, and they say कि make a 2-minute pitch about your company that talks about everything. So let's say you are pitching to your publisher. What would you tell them about the story? So for example, जब हम पुराने जमाने में टीवी सीरीज देखते थे, तो जब हम कोई एपिसोड नया देखते थे, तो वो लोग एक क्विक समरी देते थे कि, और वो सारी वर्ब में होती थी कि है ना, सतीश ने नेहा से ऐसा कहा, नेहा ने ऐसा किया, ये वो द मेन एक्शन इवेंट्स ऑफ द स्टोरी, और अब जानिए क्या होगा आगे. So now you have to sum up your 10 chapters or 15 chapters in action. That कौन किसको क्या बोलेगा, क्या होगा, क्या major changes होने वाले हैं. If I talk about the actions happening in the story, what's the flow going to be like? And उस 2 minutes में आप सिर्फ story का flow नहीं बोलोगे. You also tell who this story is for. Like some people say this story is for Harry Potter fans. Some people say this story is for Immortals of Malua fans. Some people say this story is for that. So basically, who your story is going to talk to, audience, and who the audience is. So when I talk about this 2-minute pitch, it just doesn't include the story. It also includes, along with the plot, who might be interested, who might be. So just think of it as a pitch that you're going to do. Okay. Now go for a summary or a synopsis. In your English classes, you were always told to summarize a certain story, and it can't have everything. You will only put down the highlights of the story. How did you do that? So for example, if you want to write a big story, think of what the summary of the story will look like. Like 500 words में अगर मुझे बताना है तो मेरी स्टोरी में एग्जैक्टली क्या होगा, क्या चेंज होगा, किसकी लाइफ में क्या इम्पैक्ट आएगा, और मॉरल ऑफ द स्टोरी क्या है. What's the message you're trying to convey here? So that's how I put it out. Then I break it into chapters. Then I think about how I want to tell this story. So there are different ways. For me, I don't use a third person voice. I feel it feels very distant. I use a first person voice. And उसमें भी मैं क्या करती हूँ, मैं one first person voice नहीं रखती, मैं हर character को अपनी voice देती हूँ, because different people have different way of thinking, and the perspective that they have shapes a lot of actions that they take. क्योंकि सबकी बैक स्टोरी अलग है, बट दिस इज अप टू द राइटर हाउ दे वांट टू डू इट, वेदर यू वांट टू डू अ थर्ड पर्सन पर्सपेक्टिव, like when it comes to huge books with a lot of characters, there's only third person that you can do. It's very hard to do it in first person for so many people. But when it's like a smaller story and the writer has more command over the language, over how he wants his characters to, sound like, then you can do this, what I do with my book. So that is how I define different voices. Then I do my character sketches, right? Who this guy is, where he's coming from, what is his family influence, what he will turn out to be, what his struggle right now is, what he will evolve to become, everything. Okay. And now these characters will play in the field ground of my summary. But now on this playground, I will bring in a lot of additional descriptions of the place where they are sitting, additional thoughts that they might be having. So now it's the time to expand what you've created. And then finally, after your first draft, you again sit and cut it short. During your second draft, what you feel is too much information. क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम जब आप लिखते हो आप इतना नहीं सोचते, सेकंड टाइम जब आप बुक को देखते हो आप पर्सपेक्टिव में दूर से देखते हो, पूरी दिखती है आपको। जब लिख रहे हो तब आप एक जगह पर हो, आपको आगे क्या नहीं पता। जब सेकंड टाइम आए हो तो पूरी देख रहे हो, फ्रॉम अ बर्ड्स आई व्यू यू आर एबल टू सी थ्रू, एंड देन यू नो कि यहाँ पे ये वाला राइटअप इज अननेसेसरी, maybe this would have been better here. So you do those adjustments, aage piche, cutting short and all of that. And then you send it out to an editor who gives you an additional opinion of what can be done better, what can be changed, what cannot be changed. And with me, third book के बाद मुझे editor मिला. Until YOLO, I had no editor. So YOLO is a book that is also edited by me only.
Yep.
So that is also something you can do if you really want to.
So
you can from an editorial
what tools do you use? Do you write everything on Google Docs या Word पे जब आप chapters बनाते हो? वो कैसे आप
करते हो? I have always used Google Docs, always from the beginning, because मेरा क्या था ना कि लैपटॉप कई बार फिक्स नहीं होता था, कई बार मैं फोन से भी चीजें ऐड करती थी, तो a Microsoft document was not working out for me. So I have always used Docs. Since the beginning of time, I have used Docs for writing.
And before you send out, let's say you've completed the draft, 200 पन्नों का, 250 pages का, before you send it out to your publisher or editor, क्या आप उसको vet करवाते हो friends and family से? Do you, yeah, I have written 5 chapters, do you want to give me
I wish I had that luxury. I did not. Nobody was willing to read so much.
But given a chance,
कुछ लोगों ने पढ़े हैं, but उसके अलावा never.
But given a chance or given an opportunity, would you do that? कि हाँ, I would want some beta testing. इसको बोलते हैं ना beta testing कि भाई मैं before I send, do I want some?
तो मिल जाए तो it's a plus. But it's not a luxury everyone has, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग who identify as beta testers charge you for that as well. So,
yes, absolutely.
And now, you see how deep your pockets are. मतलब,
yes,
I didn't have the background. I couldn't afford that.
Makes sense. Now that the manuscript that you've written is with the editors and with the publishers, honestly आप मुझे बताइए, या ये आप अपना भी केस लेके बता सकती हैं, generally जो आपको लगता है इंडस्ट्री के बारे में भी, how much of an influence does an editor of a big publishing house has on the draft manuscript that has been sent to him or her? Honestly, क्या लगता है कि कितना influence होता है उनका?
I think it's very relationship based. What kind of a relationship you have with your editor defines a lot. And I think they are all pretty matured and professional enough to understand that too much of their influence will take away from the writer's original voice, and that will also impact the saleability of the book. So I think they are smart enough to not get in your way. They just tell you how much is important, and then they never force you on gunpoint. It's still up to you whether you want to change it or not.
No, but thank you for sharing your process, यार. I mean, जैसे आपने चीज बताई कि idea है उसको लिखो, and then you divide these things into that. मुझे तो ये basics भी नहीं पता था, you know. So it's I'm sure it's going to be really helpful. So this question is like a love letter to all of your readers. जितने भी लोगों ने आपकी कोई भी किताब पढ़ी है, if there is one thing that you would like to tell them personally, say to them, whatever is coming in your heart, let it out.
Okay. I think only one thing I want to tell everyone, which I have said via Ricky, you only live once, and I keep saying it again and again here and there. So I know it might sound a little repetitive, but which I have also said in this podcast, by the way, is that self-love is the most fulfilling and the biggest and the best journey that you will ever take in your life. When you stop depending on others for your happiness, when you stop having too many expectations from everything that's happening in your life, okay, not just people, when you are in this journey, which is more inward, where you try and nourish your soul, you try and find out what you like, what things you want to indulge in, whether it's this yoga class you have wanting to take but you are not taking, please go and take it. Whether कोई friend आपका साथ में आता ही नहीं आता है, it doesn't matter. Whether it's this trip that you were thinking but it just couldn't happen क्योंकि किसी के timelines align नहीं होते हैं, pick up your bag, go on your own. I mean, in the last 3 years, the amount of time or the number of times I would have gone shopping alone, I would have gone to a movie alone. In fact, I found a good friend in the theater, movie theater, and this woman happens to tell me everything about her life and I happen to help her. That kind of connections I've made when I've been on my own, because it gave me an opportunity to see more to life. अगर आप वही 4 लोगों के सेट में वही करते रहोगे और अपने आप को कभी वो ऑप्शन ही नहीं दोगे एक्सप्लोर करने का, तो आपकी लाइफ में कभी कुछ नया होगा ही नहीं. फॉर समथिंग न्यू टू हैपन, यू गॉट टू स्टेप आउट. एंड नॉट जस्ट कि काम में मैं कह रही हूँ कि यार जॉब छोड़ दोगे तो स्टेप आउट हो जाएगा. नहीं, जॉब करना भी बहुत अच्छी बात है अगर आप अपना जॉब कर रहे हो उसमें खुश हो, नथिंग लाइक इट. बट टेक टाइम आउट फॉर योरसेल्फ. योर बॉस, योर जॉब, योर डेडलाइंस इज नॉट योर लाइफ. Your soul, how you nourish it, how you talk to yourself, who you are as a person is your life. And this journey of self discovery is just so important to know कि तुम कौन हो. बहुत time लगता है and you're not the same person. You evolve. Like who I was probably that I'd figured out 5 years back is not me anymore. But it's amazing how I'm evolving by the time, you know, by the day, how I'm evolving, how I am becoming better. एक time था कि for me love was just about receiving. अब एक time है कि for me the whole concept of love is about giving. Because when I got on this journey, I realized so many things about life. So one thing, go out on this journey, find yourself, who you are, who your soul is. Are you this person who loves to sit alone in a cafe and read for 3 hours? If you are, go ahead. You don't have to force yourself every weekend to party with your friends if you cannot. You need to figure out कि मैं कौन हूँ. Life is not just about what's happening. कि धक्के से हो गया, हिंदी में एक शब्द होता है ना, लोग कहते हैं मेरे साथ धक्के से ऐसा हो गया, दोस्त मुझे खींच के ले गए, मेरे साथ धक्के से ऐसा हो जाता है. धक्के से कुछ नहीं होता, आप अपने आप को धक्का मारते हो हर चीज के लिए. So what energies you will push yourself in what direction will define so much of your life. So take that journey. Like I'll give you a very simple example. I was in an accident in 2017. Someone else was driving. Actually, one of my family members was driving. And that incident scarred me so much that I couldn't pick up car again. Every time an engine got turned on, every time, even if I was on an airplane and the turbines got up, I had a panic. I wanted to leave that place. I was like, मैं मरूंगी, I will die. I had developed that level of panic because of this one incident that happened when I felt out of control in a car and I was in an accident. It had a huge impact. But finally, this year I told myself, to hell with anything. I am buying myself my first car and I am taking it out on the road, and I don't care even if I die. At least I wouldn't die with the regret of not trying it out and always being so fearful. And I came out of that shell, and Ragha, what amazing thing it is. Like मैंने अपने life के 5 साल बिना ड्राइव किए बर्बाद कर दिए. कार चलाने से अच्छी तो कोई चीज ही नहीं है. दुखी हो, कार चलाओ. खुश हो, कार चलाओ. कोई प्लान है, कार चलाओ. कोई प्लान नहीं है, कार चलाओ. वॉक पे जाना था, कार चला के जाओ, फिर वॉक करो. It is such an amazing experience to be on your own and drive. So do it. Whatever it is, किसी भी चीज को अपने आप को रोकने मत दो. Whatever it is, love yourself so much, give yourself so much, and become so complete, just like Uncle Ricky in You Only Live Once. That nothing touches you, and you become this amazing source of light, and aap jao and you touch people's lives and you change them. Be this positive energy, be this positive force, and this can only happen when you get on the journey of self-love. Self-love is so important. It's not being selfish. No. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. You have to see yourself at a certain level. जब खुद आप अपने आप को बोलते हैं ना, सर उठा के, कंधा चौड़ा करके, साथ छाती चौड़ी करके देखते हो और खुशी से देखते हो, वो रिफ्लेक्ट होता है और वो इम्पैक्ट क्रिएट करेगा. आपका बच्चा आपको ऐसे देखेगा, वो आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज मिमिक करेगा, उसका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ेगा. आप कम स्ट्रेस में रहोगे, खुश रहोगे, आपका बच्चा भी देखेगा और वो खुश रहेगा. Everyone around you will get impacted. So get on this journey. What's stopping you? Just do it for yourself. Just stand up for yourself.
Beautifully said, yeah. Beautifully said. I think you have to prioritize yourself. You have to if there is no self love, if you don't have self love, आप दूसरों को क्या दोगे? When
करेक्ट।
you don't have it yourself, how will you pass it on to your
अरे
child
तुम
or
खुद ही खुद से
family or
प्यार
whatever?
नहीं करते तो कोई तुमसे क्यों प्यार करेगा और किस चीज के लिए प्यार करेगा? तुमको खुद वो चीजें ढूंढनी होगी जिससे तुम्हें खुद से थोड़ा सा और प्यार हो जाता है, चाहे वो मतलब बैठ के पेंटिंग बनाना है, चाहे वो गार्डनिंग
Absolutely.
करना है, वो कुछ भी सिंपल से सिंपल चीज हो सकती है जो तुम्हें खुशी देती है, that waters your soul. But keep
Absolutely.
watering your soul. Don't spend all your time in just going out shopping, doing random nonsense that this world is telling you to do. कुछ नहीं होता, 10 के 50 कपड़े हो जाते हैं, खुशी नहीं आती।
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Absolutely brilliant, yeah. Suti, that is beautifully said. I'm sure the readers would be really thrilled, and even if those people who have not read the book, they would, I think somewhere people want to listen to such things.
Yeah.
They just need such things.
I
No
just
man.
hope it benefits, anyone who listens to this. But all I want to tell everyone is कि गो आउट यार, मतलब एक ही लाइफ मिली है और हम इतने इनसिग्निफिकेंट है
बिल्कुल
ना, हम कब
बिल्कुल
चले जाएंगे हमें पता भी नहीं है। सो
नहीं पता
इतने
है.
कम टाइम में मत दुखी हो किसी चीज के लिए, हर चीज जो जाती है वापस लौट के किसी और फॉर्म में आती है। जस्ट नीड टू हैंग इन देयर।
No, beautifully said, Suti. Beautifully said. And I think we have ended our conversation in a beautiful note.
या
And thank you again, for sharing and being a part really means a lot.